It's been more than 20 years since a controversial comedy called Second Samuel premiered in America and earned its playwright a Pulitzer Prize nomination. Now a community theatre group in Perth has scored the rare coup of securing one of the show's original stars, as well as its writer, to accompany the show to Australia for its first performance outside the US. Claire Nichols reports.
She always talked about how cold it was. Well, that was something she always said. I come from a cold and horrible place.
The audience at tonight's performance of Second Samuel might not realise it, but this community theatre production has been more than 6 months and 18,000 kilometres in the making.
She said Second Samuel was like a great big family. Everybody being together, sometimes happy and sometimes fussing, but always caring.
Pamela came to me one day and she said, "Would you be interested in going to Perth, Australia to do Second Samuel?" Of course, there was only one answer. Yes, when do I leave? No, ma'am, he's not busy. It's your wife.
Tell her I'm busy.
No. Now, I done already told her you're not busy.
For Nat Martin, remembering the lines for Second Samuel is no challenge. He's been playing the same character for more than 20 years. But this is the first time he's had to do it outside the United States.
I can remember when we used to joke and say we were going to do the national tour of Second Samuel. We used to talk about the international premiere. It was a joke. And now here we are, international premiere, we're actually doing this.
Martin and the show's writer, Pamela Parker, have travelled halfway around the world for Second Samuel's Australian debut. And they're hoping the play that caused massive controversy in the American Bible Belt will strike a chord with its new audience.
I feel more comfortable not commenting on the ways of white folks, especially when they're getting all worked up.
Pamela Parker wrote Second Samuel in the late 1980s, and her first foray into the world of scriptwriting was met with as much criticism as acclaim.
This church congregation, they saw the title, Second Samuel, let's go see this nice little Bible show. And it's not that. And they sat down, and after it was over, half the church stands up. Yes, yes, this is what we're teaching, this is what we're teaching. And the other half is like, blasphemy.
The play deals with issues of race and disability, and its cheeky humour didn't go down well with everyone in the Deep South.
I don't think this is giving anything away, but there's a reference to someone having a tattoo of Jesus on his butt. And to me, that's just kind of funny.
Well, this is where she belongs. There ain't no good reason to send her no place else.
Ultimately, the play's overarching themes of acceptance and tolerance won over the viewing public, earning Second Samuel an off-Broadway run and Pamela Parker a Pulitzer Prize nomination. But that wasn't enough. The playwright had a dream of bringing the show to Australia.
I've always been fascinated with Australia because my granddaddy would, read me geography books, and he was fascinated with it. And I was the only 7-year-old in Atlanta that knew who Clancy of the Overflow was because he loved poetry.
She emailed Perth director Susan Hayward, who'd never heard of the play or the writer.
Well, look, put it in front of it and see how it looks. This woman said she'd written a play and she wanted to get it put on in Perth. Could I help her?
She read a copy of the script and loved it.
But I can't do it because I don't know any African-American actors. And to my astonishment, she emailed back, "Never mind, I'll send you one." And naturally I thought, yeah, right.
In stepped Nat Martin. The actor had never left the States before and jumped at the chance.
Remember to sweep up this front porch before you leave now. Australia was never... It just wasn't on my... Not because because I'm not interested in Australia. It's so far away. I mean, it's like somebody coming and saying, "Would you like to go see the South Pole?" I say, "Yeah, I'd like to go to see the South Pole."
Martin's visit is a rare opportunity for Perth's amateur theatre community to work with an international performer with years of experience in the role.
As far as I know, it's never been done before. I would think it's totally unheard of. Certainly in 30 years in community theatre, I've never heard of it happening before.
Now Susan Hayward is not only dealing with the show's creator looking over her shoulder, but has both American guests staying at her house.
It's all been an extremely interesting experience, one that I would not have missed for the world. It's been a steep learning curve, and yes, I have been a little bit stressed.
But the visitors have only kind words for their host and the Perth actors dealing with those tricky deep south accents.
See, I told you he don't know what's going on.
Oh, yes, I know what's going on.
There were a couple of words, having to remind people it's not neither and either, it's either. Because in the States we're very it's either or neither. And remembering that I's are I might do something, you know, that. But the rest was really, they were dead on. I was amazed, and my mind said,
Hey, you know what she's fixing to do?
And even though this production is just beginning, the Americans already have plans for a return visit.
Are we going to see you?
Oh, if anybody invites me back, I'm here in a heartbeat. Be my pleasure.
We've talked about trying to find a project that would be suitable to bring me back in 2012. I'll come back earlier if I could, if it could be arranged. But oh heck yes, I'll be back.